just have to be more careful than that.
Is he vaccinated?
I don't know.
Yeah, what's his last name?
Favor. Can't find the cursor. Okay, we're live streaming now, so you might move in a little.
Oh, we're live?
You might move in
You
a
want
little.
me to keep?
Can you lean? I need you to move your chair
They can keep.
back a little and a little bit more this way. Unless you want me to. Here. Hope you don't fall. There, that's perfect, Justin.
All right.
Hey, Facebook people, look who I got here with me today. We're almost 6 feet apart. I almost have my mask on. But welcome to Comic Spot. I'm so happy to bring you this delightful person. He's never said or done anything out of line. I've seen him at comedy shows. He doesn't Me Too the women. Isn't that amazing? He's like a unicorn in the comedy world. I'm just playing around, Justin. Don't take it seriously.
Okay.
So Justin is also my neighbor, so he offered to come over to my patio. Wasn't that sweet? And we were doing this early before the Vegas heat kicks in. Yeah, you can feel it coming in already. So I would like to introduce you. Oh, by the way, I have to talk about my sponsor, ahabroadway.org. Check them out. They're doing amazing things. If you're ever in the need for any kind of training in comedy, improv, acting, they offer special discount programs for seniors, children and veterans. Yes, ahabroadway.org. They're in New York City, but you can take them virtually too. So I'm a graduate of their comedy class with Vanessa Hollingshead. You can't find a better trainer. You can't. Now Chris Murphy's offering them there because Vanessa went off on her own. It's the most amazing thing to get an entire course and a graduation show out of it for a very low price for seniors, veterans, and even children. So check out ahabroadway.org, and that's my PSA for the day. Well, for this episode. Probably do it a couple more times today. So today, on this little tiny comic spot, I like to have you meet and get to know off stage who comedians are, because you only get to see them on stage. So this is your opportunity to hear about their life, how they grew up, what made them get funny, who helped them along the way, how's their career going, what would they like to accomplish in comedy, in life, beyond the pandemic, that kind of stuff. It's just a touchy-feely little interview. So hit me up if you want yours. I'll try to get you in. So for today, usually I say in the other square, but today we're in the same square. So today our guest is this patient guy over here waiting for me to shut up, Justin Tietjen, Tietjan. Am I right?
E-N.
E-N. Okay, well, I never get through an interview without making a mistake. So kudos to me. Tietjen.
Yeah.
And I said N. Jen. So let's get into some questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Your intro that you had given me said that you have a disability, so you're better than other people.
You just said give me a funny snazzy intro.
I did.
So that's why I said it.
You did. You came through like a champ with something funny. And it's so concise, like you don't waste words. Some people give me 2-3 paragraphs and there's nothing funny in it. And you gave me like less than one sentence. Like a legal sentence is probably 5 more words. You gave me the short, you're a good comedy writer. That's what it tells me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Tight material. Yeah. Tight material with a punchline. So how often do you get that? So Justin, where were you born and raised?
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
That's where I'm from. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long ways away from Vegas.
Yeah. So I was born in Tucson, Arizona, and I stayed there for like 23 years. And then I actually moved to Vegas with a friend of mine.
You did? How long ago did you move here?
Like 8 years ago.
And so
No. So I moved 8 years ago with him. Then I stayed here a year, and so I moved with him and his family because he has a cognitive disability.
Like me. I do.
Yeah, we all.
It's not old age.
I'm sure we all do. But anyway, so I got like so close with the family that they were gonna move to Vegas, so they were like, "Hey, our son's gonna have a hard time transitioning environments from Tucson to Vegas. Why don't you come with us?" So I did, and just like any other family, like we got on each other's nerves and stuff. So after a year, I wanted to move back home, but I didn't want to move back home.
Gotcha.
So I moved in with my grandpa in Phoenix, and I stayed there for 7 years. Then during the pandemic, I went back down to Tucson for a year, and then I got a job up here in Vegas, and yeah. And
So what type of job do you have when you're not doing funny jokes?
I work at a thrift store for an organization called Opportunity Village, and we give individuals with disabilities like job opportunities.
Wonderful. So it's kind of like a Goodwill, but it's on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
That's so great. Where is this Opportunity Village thrift store at? Because I go thrifting a lot.
Yeah, like Decatur and the 95, is that the highway?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the names of roads.
That's like me. I take the bus, but I do know there's a 95 out there.
Yeah, so Decatur and the 95.
Lovely. I'll have to get out there and check out their stuff. Everything I wear, I get at a thrift store.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love thrift stores. I took the vase down. These flowers, this vase, everything. Okay, I get some new things, but all my tchotchkes, I go to Goodwill. I can spend all my money every month at a thrift store.
Yeah. I'm the same, like, all my clothes, a lot of my clothes are from thrift stores. Like, I just bought a bunch of clothes there last week, or this week, so.
Well, thank you to Opportunity Village for offering jobs to people with special needs, right?
Yeah.
And you said right out of the gate, you just came right out with the fact that you have a disability. So I have a disability. I have mild dementia due to brain trauma from a drunk driver. What do you have?
I have muscular dystrophy.
Muscular dystrophy. That's the Jerry Lewis disease.
Yeah, he's my dad.
Okay, so we didn't find out how long you've been doing comedy. You just did another quick joke.
7 years.
7 years. How did you learn to do jokes this tight? Because when you're on stage, you're doing joke to joke to joke very fast. And there's a fly around. Sorry, I don't know its name.
Well, I mean, just practice.
Just practice.
That's it.
So at the very beginning when you started comedy, did you struggle having tight jokes for a while?
Kind of. When the first time I went on stage was in, well, it's funny because the first time I started comedy, I lived in Vegas, but I would only do comedy in Tucson because it was like where it's comfortable. But I didn't consistently do it till I got to Scottsdale, to Phoenix. And my cousin was like, "Hey, I want to see you do stand-up comedy." I really had no intention to go back into stand-up comedy. And then my cousin said that, and so I found a spot that's not there anymore, but I did really well. And so the first 2 times I did well. And so I did well enough to like catch the bug, to where you want to keep going back. And then the third time, that was the time I was like, all right, I'm going to stop inviting my relatives out. I did that. So I stopped inviting my relatives out. But yeah, just practice.
Yes. It's horrible doing your comedy for relatives. Horrible. I mean, I have a brother-in-law who's very much into the process of writing comedy, but never going on stage and doing it, but giving me all the advice I need.
Isn't that great?
Isn't
That's
that
the best.
It's the best. I look forward to that.
When you know someone and they're like, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing, but let me tell you what you should do.
Yes.
That's great.
I just thought you should know what you just did wrong. I just am so open to that.
Yeah.
It's so hard to stay humble and, and get advice when
Everyone's wrong.
when people don't have the nerve to go on stage themselves and do comedy, but they have all the, it's really, but I will say in their defense, if I'm like watching a nurse do a procedure on a patient, I'll notice things she doesn't notice because I'm objective. So they are a good objective.
Like what?
Like, I don't know, like when they're breaking the law, like they're so into something and in a hurry
They're
of
breaking the law. They're a nurse.
Yeah.
They're working on patients. How are they breaking the law?
Like, like when they take blood, sometimes they'll snip off the tips of the fingers so they can check your pulse better. That's breaking the law. And they're not even thinking they're breaking the law.
You mean like when you cut cat's toenails and you cut it too short?
No, like if I was going to take your blood right now, I go, well, I wonder what vein. Oh, I've got these gloves on. Here, let me snip off the finger so I can feel which vessel.
You mean when they take off the glove?
When they snip off the tip of the finger of the glove, they're breaking a law.
I've never had that happen.
I've had it happen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because you got dementia.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, you could be wrong.
I could be. Let's call Jerry Lewis.
I don't know if he's going to answer right now.
He might be busy with the man up above.
Yeah.
I know how brain injury and dementia affects my comedy. Like I have the part of my brain that is disabled, differently abled, is organizing.
Yeah.
So I sweat bullets trying to put together a comedy set. It is so stressful. I can write jokes, no problem. Are they any good? Who knows? But putting together a comedy set stresses me out because my brain, that's the part. I sit and I write every joke on a 3x5 and put them all over the walls and go, I don't know what order to do these in. It's getting better, but it's taken like 7 years of practice with that broken part of my brain to be able to do that specific skill. Memorizing is hard for me with brain injury.
Okay. And
recalling information on stage with bright lights shining in my eyeballs, probably not. That's more like it would recall a seizure, not by punchline. People say you should have a surprise twist. Listen, I'm surprised if I remember the punchline.
You should talk about that.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah. And I hate it. People they look at me and they love me and they don't want to hear that I'm suffering. So I have not yet found a way to make it funnier than sad. So let's talk about how muscular dystrophy for Justin Tietjen makes it a challenge for you. Because people are going to be curious. They only know Jerry Lewis. They don't know you.
Yeah, no, they don't know me. They know me no, they don't know me. The only way they're going to know visually that something's wrong with me is if I walk up a step, So therefore, kids, like, people are going to know something's wrong. They know something's going to be wrong. Some people, I can tell that I have a slight speech impediment, so I have to point that out. I recently talked about stand-up comedy kind of being like middle school. Like you have to talk about what's wrong with you first before they get to you.
Wow, yes.
So,
yes.
Because it's
like bullies.
Yeah.
Like dealing with bullies in middle school.
Exactly. So yeah, you just have to talk about yourself. Totally forgot something.
Sorry, I interrupted you. I should know better.
No, that's all right. That wasn't your fault.
It was my fault.
Okay. It was your fault.
I want credit for it.
You want credit?
I want all the bad things in life. I want the guilt. I'm Jewish.
But yeah, I have to talk about it right away, or else the rest of my set, people are going to be like, hey, they know something's there, but they don't know what it is. So therefore, if I explain it up front, they're like, oh, okay. And then they ease. They relax and they focus on me
Yes.
instead of being like, what's wrong with this guy? Like he's not. So that's why I talk about it. Also, I think you should talk about what you don't want to talk about on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an example.
I didn't talk about my disability for like 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
So, and I think that's what you should talk about is, I don't know, the stuff you don't want to talk about is what you know the most.
Wow.
I feel like so you talked about how you have a hard time remembering your set. I don't, because it's my life,
Right.
right? So therefore I don't have to remember anything because all I just have to do is talk about my life.
Yeah.
Okay. And one joke rolls into another joke, rolls into another joke. And so it's sort of easy to remember my set.
Yes. The more that you get, what he's talking about there is that the more authentic you get about your life,
Right.
that makes it easier. I used to just tell jokes to tell jokes. I would write jokes to write jokes to tell jokes, and I couldn't remember it. But when I started digging deep, I don't really like to talk about the brain injury because it makes people sad for me. So it's not that I don't want to talk about it, but I haven't yet been successful at making them laugh about it. So I stay away from it just for the audience's sake. But like I talk about, I was born in a very racist town, and I tell how I hate that. I talk about being old and everybody assumes I'm racist, and real things that I really feel. And I go chronologically. Like I was born in a racist town. It's still racist, but I'm not, And then that makes you remember your set because you're talking about your life.
Oh yeah, we got an audience.
Those are the
There's
cutest
2
cats.
You don't have to turn that on. They know what cats look like.
But these 2 cats, I've shown these cats to people before. I think they want to live with me. I think that's what they're saying. Don't you think, Justin? Or they love each other.
Oh, look at that.
So sweet. Aw. So back to us. Justin, so you've been doing comedy 7, 8 years?
Yeah, 7 years without pandemic. 8 years with pandemic.
During the pandemic, did you do some comedy on Zoom?
I did one and I hated it.
Tell me why you hated it, because everybody's funny when they talk about this.
Because the host didn't upgrade for Zoom.
What's that mean to me?
When you upgrade to Zoom, you get unlimited amount of time.
Oh, I hate that.
So she called me up. She goes, "Hey, Justin's up," and I go, "Hey, it says there's 2 minutes left in the Zoom." And so at the end of 2 minutes, it shut off. And she had to resend out the link. And I had people that turned on their computer. And so I just had to resend out the link. So that's why there was a person driving. Mm-hmm. And then it was his turn. And he was like, "All right, let me pull over." And it was just, are you kidding me right now? You're driving? So people do the weirdest stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
I've been on some Zoom shows, and I like them. You know why I like them?
Why?
Besides, I don't have to go out in public without getting the shot.
Yeah.
I can go I'm into stopping and giving a funny look at the punchline. And then you can see what I'm doing with my facial expressions better than if I'm on stage in a noisy, dark bar.
I like how you talk to me and then you talk to the computer. You have to let the audience know what you mean.
I'm really big on connecting.
You acknowledge the audience. People with podcasts don't really give a shit about the audience.
It's all about you guys.
I gotta include this screen right here.
They could be sitting in their living room, naked, of course, but they could be sitting there watching us in clothes and going, who wants to hear what they have to say? You have to make it relatable. And that's the same as when you're on stage.
Yeah.
People don't care about your life unless you connect with them.
Mhm.
And you're a big connector with people. I caught on to that the minute I met you out in front of the dive bar. I think that's the first time I've seen you, but really got to talk to you there.
Well, why do you think I like to connect with people?
See, he's connecting with me while he's asking that.
You mean talking? Are you talking about
He
that,
talks special.
that way of
You talk in a very special way. There's a tenor of caring, of really wanting an answer. Like when you ask a question, you're not just asking it like, "Hey, how are you?" Justin is more like, "So how are you?" And
well,
then
I'm glad you think that.
I do. You're doing a very good job faking it if you're not really feeling it. I've liked you from the minute I met you. I couldn't wait to interview you.
I mean, most people like me, so
Yeah, do they?
yeah.
Yeah, good for you. Not so
you.
much for me. I have people that either really like me and they get me and they just accept me. I met you out there with Amy Blackwell
Yeah,
that night at Dive Bar. Now, when she first met me, she says to me, "I hope you're not faking it. I hope you're as nice as you're coming across." And I said, "Oh, trust me, I'm not faking it. I can't fake this level of caring." And she says, "You're like the confidence fairy." And she went on, I did my set, and she went on right after me at Rebar, and she told the whole entire big audience that she had just met me, and I'm like the confidence fairy. And she did a whole set about being a confidence fairy. I just go around sprinkling people with confidence.
that's what she's trying to do. She's like, right now, she's just a big ball of fun.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah. Her big thing is she has a bubble gun. She'll just go around shooting bubbles.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Where is she at right now? I know you guys don't care, but you got to meet Amy Blackwell.
She's, I don't know, somewhere in Vegas. I don't know where she
So
lives.
she is here.
Yeah, she lives here. Well,
and she travels.
She travels. So she has stuff here. I'll say that.
Says stuff here.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how your 7 years in comedy has been different than other people that don't have muscular dystrophy. Do you have a couple of things that, like, would you say that it's unfair to even ask that? There's no big deal?
No. Well,
Okay.
What do you mean unfair? Yeah.
Like, should I shut up already about the muscular dystrophy? Is it like, for me, it's a real impediment to my comedy. And I don't mind if somebody asks because there's a lot of things I have an invisible disability.
Yeah.
There's a little bit that people can notice about yours. So when you say that you have it, they believe it and they relax and listen to your comedy.
Yeah.
So have you found any obstacles to doing comedy, to getting booked, to getting people to want to talk to you? Do people shun you because they don't know or they don't understand muscular dystrophy?
No, it's just I think when I go on stage, what I want people to feel more comfortable to talk about their invisible condition.
Yes. That's a great outlet.
Yeah, because I think people are afraid to talk about what they have that people can't see, whether it's asthma or I have no idea, anxiety.
Yeah.
So.
See, now he's encouraging me to talk about my brain injury all over again.
Yeah, well, I think I relate to the audience in a way that people really understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how is it? Tell me that nugget of information that you do to make people connect and understand. What do you don't wash it away like it's just this. What is it? Because you do have a special way of getting people to listen to you and to connect with you. What is it you're doing?
Relating to them in a funny way.
Yeah.
So like when I say how weak I am, because if I say I'm weak, people are gonna be like, "Oh, I know." I'm pretty sure, like no one's actually said that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's people like, "Oh, I know what you mean and stuff." So I just go, "No, you don't." If I got bit by a radioactive spider, and got twice my strength, like I would be normal. That's what would happen to me. So
Wow, that's very relatable.
or
Now
like
I get it.
yeah, or like if like I'll give you another example. This morning I have to pick up my feet, put them in a shoe.
No way.
Yeah. Like I've thought about amputating my legs because I don't really, I mean I do walk, yeah. But I mean that's like the height of what I can do with my legs. Pretty much.
Okay, so let me ask you about walking, because you're making me understand. So when you're walking, do you have to pay attention to what your legs, it doesn't do it automatically. You have to make it happen?
Well, I mean I walk on it like anyone else, but I do have to think about where I'm walking. You know, sometimes like I've done music festivals in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like I can't do those now because the terrain is so rocky. You know, I did a festival where I performed was on asphalt and stuff, but then there was a DJ set that apparently Shaq was doing, right? But that was on like loose gravel, and it was nighttime, so I couldn't go because if I fell, like I don't know what I would do, you know. Yeah, so it's I actually thought about if I didn't have a disability, life would suck.
Really?
Yeah, it would
See,
be.
there we go. That's a funny comment.
It wouldn't be a challenge.
Wow.
It'd be too easy because I'd be like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I'll just do it. But now I have to be like, well, I can't do that. What would I use? I'll give you a great example. When I was living with my grandpa, he had in one of his rooms, he has a very old uh, bed frame, you know, where it's 3 2x4s and it holds up a board, and then that board holds up the mattress. One of those 2x4s fell, so the board fell and the mattress was uneven.
Yep.
And I had to I had to put it back up.
Yes.
I had to figure out a way to lift up the mattress, but I can't do that because I'm not strong enough.
Wow.
I went outside and got my car jack from my car to jack up the mattress.
Wow, that's
like,
inventive.
Yeah, like things like that. It forces you to think differently, which is what I like. Which is, yeah.
So like, would it be fair to say that if God would higher power would all of a sudden take away your discipline? I know young people don't believe in God.
Nah, well, my friend loves that joke because I'm an atheist. God wouldn't create me. Why would he create? Like I recently had God. I would think that when God created people, he submit his grade A stuff. I'm like a D minus. I'm like, you know, like
God didn't create you.
Yeah, I'm like passable. You know, I'm like, because I don't have asthma or allergies or anything, right?
Yeah.
But I have a disability. I feel like I'm that perfect game of Jenga. But then God was like, no. And then he just gives me a disability, just fucks everything up, and the thing comes falling down. So.
See the funny way he relates it? That's so cool. You know, were you born with muscular dystrophy?
I was born with a condition called pectus excavatum. Pectus excavatum is where your chest is indented, but I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy at 2. I'm pretty sure I was born with it, but I wasn't diagnosed.
Was Jerry Lewis alive?
Yeah, he was alive.
Did he care?
Probably not, no. He was just like, let's get that money.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah. So you've been coping with this from what age did you say? Because I was 2. I didn't get my brain injury. By the way, I got it for free. Did you have to pay for muscular dystrophy?
No, I'm an OG. I call myself OG Andy. Like I had it from the beginning.
Yes.
So we don't like you because you came into the club later in the game. So we don't like because people that have a disability that they eventually got, they try and be like us. And we're like, no, get out of here. Like
I'm a poser.
Yeah, you're a faker. You're a poser.
So not only do I have a more invisible, mine is better invisible. Like nobody knows I'm Meshuggah till you talk to me.
Well, yeah, because you're extremely happy.
Yeah, I overcompensate so that you don't notice my brain's fucked up. So, but on the other hand, I'm kind of like second rate because I didn't have this from the beginning. I just picked it up somewhere along the way and act like, oh, this is mine. I'm disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real offense to people who had it from birth or from the time they were 2. You had it from birth, but it didn't get diagnosed to you, 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your comedy, let's move away from our disabilities and which one's better. Which one's more acceptable?
Which one's more acceptable? Don't get out of here. When did you get yours?
In 1990, June 17th, 1996 at 7:06 p.m.
I was 8.
You were 8. That's about the same time.
I was, yeah.
What year was that?
I was better than you at 8. What year what time was that? I don't know.
What's that game you play to one up each other?
One up?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it just called one up?
It should be like one-upmanship. Yeah, totally. So if you had to pick a disability, now let's get into your comedy. Let's move away from disability. Now, everybody out there has some kind of disabled, some kind of special. We've all been dropped on our heads. You know that. Us boomers, we had to lick lead paint. So yeah, I'm sure you can all relate to having different. Most of the time we forget. Everybody forgets stuff, right? Well, we just do things better than that.
That's normal.
Yeah.
When you forget stuff. I recently listened to a TED talk and they were like, yeah, that's normal.
It is. It's very normal to forget, especially like if the host interrupts you.
I'm just trying to make it interesting.
You know, one of my jokes is like, I forget because of the brain. When I was talking on stage about my brain, I'd say, yeah, I have this thing. It's called things fall out of my head, you know, and we all forget, right? But when you forget, like, I don't know, like 2,000 or 3,000 things in a row, all of it's so weird because all of a sudden the doctors don't want you to carry a gun or vote.
Yeah, I got some news from a doctor where I'm like, I don't like him anymore.
The doctor said he didn't like you anymore?
No, I didn't. Well, first off, I didn't say that. I said it in my head. I haven't, so.
I should say more things in my head. I don't have a filter.
Well, that's kind of good and bad, I guess.
Yeah.
So
comedy.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what inspires you to write a joke. Because, like, look here at this patio. We could make jokes about trees and plants and birds and the sun, and it's getting hot. If you were to look out here, what would you write a joke about?
What would I write a joke about? Well, you said we could do this on the patio. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, maybe she lives in a different place and she has a patio in the back. And it's like 10 feet. But no, it's the same patio that I have. That's 3 feet in front of the door. I don't even consider this a patio because it's so small.
This is a patio if you have a brain injury. But this is not a patio if you have muscular dystrophy.
Like, it's so funny. People put stuff out, like they put chairs out front, and I'm like, why would you come out here? There's 3 feet. What can you do? Like some people put a grill where I live, like over there, wherever.
Yes.
And I'm like, why would you come out here to grill?
It's a fire hazard. There's wood.
Did your place like swell? Wow. Like when there's moist, mm-hmm. Does your door like get bigger?
Mm-hmm. It has that thing where talks back to you?
Well, no, it's just hard. Yeah, it's hard to open.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate that.
me too. Do
One,
you have cockroaches like I do?
yeah. Well, I mean, we pay $700 a month, so we get what we pay for.
Yes. It comes with free cockroaches, so stop your bitching, Linda. I heard you.
And my door frame sucks. There's cracks in the door, so my energy bill is like twice, yeah, from what other people pay because air just gets out.
Yeah. I know that I can see daylight underneath my door.
Yeah, I get shit that like blows underneath my door.
Yeah.
Like leaves and stuff just blow into my house.
Yesterday, I found a cockroach trying to get out of my apartment, and he was belly up dead right inside the threshold. And that's so depressing when the cockroach goes, I've been in here and fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah.
And and you find him dead trying to get out. Like, what is it inside my apartment that made him want to kill himself?
Probably you.
I led you up to that. Thank you.
Yeah. But
Who says you can't lead a horse to water and make him drink? I just did.
I mean, I don't know, in Tucson there are roaches everywhere where I live, so I'm used to the roaches, bugs.
You can't get rid of them all, can you?
No. They just repopulate.
Yeah. What's the funniest thing you've ever seen happen, Justin Tietjen, when you've been out doing comedy? That shouldn't have happened, that just went awry. We all have these stories.
That just went awry. Okay. I did a show in Tempe, Arizona, at this bar called Shady Park. And there was this girl that was just talking really loud. And she said sometime.
I'm listening. I'm just making sure this gets on Facebook.
She, I did a joke about how, you walk into Pier 1 Imports and sometimes I'm like, oh, well, I feel like I'm gay. There's a big chance I'm gay.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. And then I said something about, oh, yeah, I think I said, like, I walk in, like, if I get 5 more gay points, I'll suck a dick or something. And this chick goes, oh, that's okay. I like doing that. And I go, oh, really? You can show me after the show. And so we hooked up after the show. So that's my story of something that just happened out of the blue, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what is something that happened in your career that really, I know you got the bug when you first did it and got a lot of laughs, but in your career of comedy, what is something that really motivated you to have momentum and keep on when the going gets tough? These are the serious questions. That stuff about disabilities, that was nothing. This is the hard part.
I've never really had that. Because I've had people support me, like everyone I know supports me. My parents are just like, do whatever makes you happy.
Oh. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Good job.
I don't know.
So everything is just, nothing has gotten in your way of doing what you love.
Yeah. I mean, every comic thinks about doing something like, am I in the right trajectory or whatever? But then I go to a comedy show and I can't get a smile off my face.
Wow.
So then I'm like, well, why would I want to do something else if there's this constant smile on my face when I'm at a show? So.
What are some things that people have said to you after you got off stage that helped?
You're the comic I want to be.
Seriously?
Yeah, one of my friends said that.
Wow. And did you ask why? Because that's an amazing comment.
No.
Wow. Do you have a guess why they said that?
No.
I think if I had to guess, I'd say you're a comic's comic.
Yeah. I
You're
don't know.
just pure.
Is that a good thing? I don't know. I've never known if that's a good thing or not.
It is a good thing. Very few, you won't hear people getting that accolade if they put themselves first, always talking about themselves.
Oh, you know what? Okay. There was someone, I did a show at LA Comic Club, and I did the show that isn't there anymore. But so when I got off stage, after the show, this guy came up to me and was like, I've come to 7 of you, and you've been the funniest one. So that was pretty tight.
So yeah, that is. So do you have any idea why he thought you were the funniest of all 7 shows he'd been to?
Have you heard me?
Yes.
So then you know.
I do. Then I want them to know.
Because since my set is about my life, I think people can really tell the emotions for real.
See, now you heard a nugget. Isn't that amazing? When you're being real, talking about real stuff, like we said earlier, not only will you be able to remember your material, like you spoke to, but the audience will feel your authenticity, and there isn't anything you can do wrong within certain limits. If they are getting who you are and that you're being real, they're along for the ride, and they'll say things like, you were the funniest. And maybe they don't mean every joke was the funniest, but they mean that they definitely mean there's something special about you, and your stuff made me laugh more because they connected to it and they knew it was real, with real feelings, like you said. How's that for over explaining your comment?
Oh yeah, you did a hell of a job.
We should go on the road.
There's this comic, Chris Porter. He's big.
Yes.
Do you know Chris Porter?
Oh, I know his name. When you said it, I was like, yes. But don't know.
There's so much passion behind his anger.
I want to hear him today.
It's so funny.
I have to hear him today. Chris Porter, I'm coming for you on YouTube.
So I think that's what also, I guess, people enjoy about my set is that
you don't have anger. What emotion
do
you use?
do? Yeah, I have a ton of anger.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't pick that up.
Where is
the anger?
Because you haven't seen it.
I have. I watched you at the dive bar.
Have you? Okay, one place. One place.
Yeah. No, I've seen you do your comedy at 18 Bin and at Artifice.
Okay.
Where's the
anger? What
did
I talk about?
Yeah, no, I gotta bring it.
Did I talk about? Have you seen my bit about people that don't utilize all the space in the grocery bag?
No.
Yeah,
Are you sure you did that?
Yes. I know. Yes.
Maybe I
know my material. Why would you think I don't know my material?
I'm just. This is what you do when you have memory problems. You throw it on the other person.
And then also, people. Do you have a disability placard? Oh, you don't even drive.
I did.
You did? Did you have a disability placard?
Yes, and my girlfriend from 5th grade wanted to use it.
See, I don't like
threw
that.
It out. I don't like that.
You should not. You're like we went over. You got it at in 1997.
Yeah.
You know, so you didn't get it from the beginning. You're not an OG handy like me.
Yes.
So I should have parking privilege everywhere.
Do you know what it's like with really invisible? I look normal. Just go with it. I look old and normal. And when I did park with my disabled placard at the VA hospital in Portland, Oregon, every veteran that saw me park that was trying to park would yell at me.
That's great. I would love it if someone yelled at me.
And how would you handle that?
Hey, when did you get your disability? When did you get it? That's what I would do. I would focus on when they got it.
What should I do? Because I'm only a faker and a poser disabled.
Yeah, there's no hope for you.
None. I would just get sad and cry.
I don't
Not
know.
in front of them. Later. Much later.
I don't know.
It
I don't
get-
know what you could say.
They'd say, "What do you park in there?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to open up my brain and show you? Like, how do you?"
Yeah, see, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a real tough one to relate to the audience.
You won't even know I have a brain injury until I sleep with you. That might be a good one. Just let them scratch their heads and run.
Yeah.
You can hear squealing tires on that one. You can hear them.
I can smell the smoke.
Smell the smoke.
I can smell the smoke. But yeah, no, I've never had someone come up to me and be like, "Hey, why are you parking there?" And I wish someone did.
Sometimes I
Actually,
say, "God, why couldn't you give me a visible disability?"
one time, I didn't say anything, but one time I was in the parking lot in Phoenix, and I was on one side of the parking lot, like on one side on the one side of the lane, and then there's a chick like on the other side of the lane, and I walk slow. So she's like, "Why are you walking so slow?" I didn't say anything,
Wow.
but I
what a
should have been like,
bitch.
"Oh, I'm sorry. Is my disability getting in the way?" So
High five.
I didn't
Now
say
I
that.
just sanitize
So
my
yeah,
because I can't get the shot. Not because of you. So this bitch that said this to you, what a bitch.
yeah. I was hoping she would come to the open mic like in the future and be like, "This guy, fucking slow down, and made me feel uncomfortable." And I just,
Smash the room and have
yeah,
it
I'd just be like, "I have actually, this is hilarious." So Amir, who we know, who
a
lives like
miracle.
right there,
A
yeah,
miracle.
he was at LA Comedy Club. And this is like the only time I've sort of done this. But he, me and him joke about, "Oh, I just got back from the gym, and all this stuff."
Jeez.
And we went to go get food with Sean Fitzsimmons, I
Yes,
think his name,
Fitzy, yeah.
And so Amir goes like, "Are you gonna eat?" I go, "Yeah, why won't?" He goes, "Well, dude, you gotta bulk up and all this stuff." And I think Fitzy no, Amir is like, "Why are you so skinny?" or something like that. And I go, "No." He goes, "You have a fast metabolism. That's probably it." I go, "No, I actually have a disability that eats away at my muscle tissue," which I feel like is a good reason, but also not, because I don't know. I've always had a hard time gaining weight and stuff.
Yes.
So it's kind of fun to just throw that in his face.
Yeah, it is.
Just to mess with them,
Like people say to me, you forgot your joke about whatever, and I'm like, well, I have a brain injury. What did you expect? Like, I have the brain injury and you're surprised I forgot a joke. Do you have a brain injury? Sounds like you have a brain injury. You forgot I was going to forget.
It's a tough one. And how do you relate to people with a brain injury?
I go to the grocery store. I've done this many times. Go to the store and I'm getting 2 bananas for $1.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? You get 2 bananas?
You gotta have
What?
your popo potassium. Gotta have.
Yeah, I know, but that's not how people get bananas. This is what made me so upset during the pandemic. So I would order from Instacart.
He just hijacked my comments.
Yeah, I did.
It's
Because
good because I was going nowhere.
Instacart,
Uh-huh.
you have to specify how many bananas you want.
Yeah.
So if you say I want 1 banana, you get 1 single banana. 1 banana, like actually. So normally when people go, "Hey, give me a banana," they get a bunch of bananas. It's just like 5. They're like conjoined twins. They're welded at the face. Like why would you physically go in to the grocery store and rip it off and tear it apart from its family?
Oh yeah, that's true. That is very sad if you think about it. But
Yeah,
I have cockroaches, so
I have
I have
no
to buy
idea.
what I can eat.
Stop. Don't even go there.
It's true.
You
though.
gave me another reason to hate you.
That's the reason why I don't care about their family. What do I care if I take 2 orphan bananas? Hi. It's like you're waking me.
Don't change the subject. I'm still mad at you.
Here comes the anger. Now we're seeing the Tietjen anger.
I'm still mad at you for.
So, bananas, they don't really matter. Do I sound racist? I know I sound
Why would
old.
you be racist?
Everybody assumes if you're old,
But
you're
wait,
racist.
so why did you buy the bananas in the first place?
Potassium.
Yeah, okay, so they matter because you want potassium.
Well,
Yeah.
only for what they can do
that's
for me.
that's exactly why you bought them. They have a purpose to give you potassium.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
only want them for what they can do for me. You're right. So I don't know. Is this where we end the interview then?
Why?
Because you're mad at me?
I'm not. That doesn't mean we should end the interview.
I know. So is there anything? So I go to the store with my brain injury and I know it's going to be $1 for 2 bananas, maybe tax, maybe not. I can't remember. And then you get a Coke. That's $1. Oh, let's say $1.69. So I'm assuming $2.69 plus tax. She brings it up, comes to $3.24, right? I'm like, what the fuck happened between hello and goodbye? Something. I don't know what it is. So now I have to say, I'm stupid. What's going on here?
That's a great way to spin it. Is you could be like, my injury sometimes I offer people to steal from me. Like I help people steal from me because of my brain injury. So shit slips through my head. And so I don't know. You can play with it.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
a good
however
premise.
you know how everyone's like, oh, I got this joke. You can put your own twist on it. It's like I don't want to fucking do that joke. Like I want to talk about what I want to talk about.
Yes, it has to be something I really feel. I get sick and tired of looking stupid.
Oh.
And I will do anything. This is me. I will do anything to cover up the fact that I'm stupid, brain injury stupid. Like I will put on this personality, like, anything to distract you from noticing I don't know your name.
Oh, I don't either. I'm very good at being like, hey man, what's up? What's up, dude? What's up, guys? Like I don't call. Like I've started like putting names in my phone, and putting like with Amir. I don't know. I'd probably just put Amir, LA Comic Club guitar.
Yes.
Because he plays guitar.
Yep.
Or
what's the dumbest thing that you have done that you can blame on your special disability? And then I'll tell you the dumbest thing I did. We're back to disability talk.
The dumbest thing I've done?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or the most embarrassing thing.
I'm super smart.
Oh, that's where we differ.
I fell.
Did you? And it was embarrassing.
Kind of, because my glasses broke. And it's embarrassing because of, I fell at Target in the summer in Nevada. So luckily there was like a guy, right, who was a nurse. I forget his name. He had like 4 kids.
Wow.
And he actually just moved here to like work at some hospital or something. But I fell, and then he noticed like me having a hard time getting up, and he offered to get me up, and I was like, well, here's the thing: if you help me get up, like you have to do 100%. Either I do 100 or you do 100. Because if I do 50 and you do 50, I'm gonna make it worse. So yeah.
Now tell me why you'd make it. What is it about your special disability, a muscular dystrophy? If they help you 50, you'll make it worse.
I just feel like I would struggle more if I don't know.
So by being dead weight, it makes it easier.
It would take longer. There we go. It would take longer. Because if people picked me up, it would take 2 seconds. But if people like help me while I help myself, it would take longer than that.
Wow.
So
So the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me is that I started Ace's Comedy Club in 2014 in Murrieta, California. And they had two different stages. We were on one stage all the time. And then that was the only one they had. And then they built stage number 2. So then I went to stage number 2. And 3 times in one day, I fell off the stage. Not once, and learned my lesson. Oh no.
how can you blame that on your injury though?
Because you don't learn. You like I could.
Yeah, but that's
I,
you. That's not your injury.
no.
Did you forget where the stage was?
Like you have a fall because you don't know where the edge of the stage is. You have depth perception or vision problem, so you fall, and then you go back and you didn't learn from your mistakes, so you fall again.
Did you forget where that ledge was?
Yeah, you forget to pay attention. Like I forget to pay attention. I fall all the time because I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't learn from it. And then it's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing for me to fall. Sometimes I fall in and cry. One time I fell in an empty parking lot, huge empty parking lot on a Sunday morning. Nobody's there. And I'm bawling my eyes out. And there's nobody to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
I'm just sick and tired of doing stupid things because of my brain.
The worst thing that I hate when I fall is I ruin my jeans.
Yeah,
that pisses me off.
I hate ruining my clothes. I don't mind if my body gets torn up. I hate breaking a bone because they don't heal, but I don't want to wreck my clothes. I don't even want to spill my coffee on my clothes.
Yeah. So now I feel like you're getting to the level of anger I was at when you said you only got 2 bananas.
Yes, now we're back to that. What's your special connection with bananas? That makes you angry that I would only get 2 and leave the rest.
To me, when it comes, so I am eco person. Like I care about the environment. Shit, I take my own bag. I have my own coffee mug and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes, like for me, this stuff is common sense. Use all of the space in the bag. You know, because when you're wasting bags when you only put 2 items in there. Uh-huh. You know, for me.
What if I buy the 2 bananas and go out the store with them in my hand? Because they're not.
Well, see, that's fine. You have 2 hands, right?
Yeah.
You have 2 hands. I don't know.
I buy them and they don't make it very long before I eat them.
Well,
is that okay? Are you less angry now?
I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. To me, it's just who would go out of their way and rip off 2 bananas? Then just, what if you want more than 2? How do you know exactly how many bananas you want? You know, you're really making me explain why I'm angry about this when I feel like it's just common sense.
This is why people get divorced, right here. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would be hard to live with.
I would be hard to live with.
Yeah, I know. I'm having this conversation with you.
Yes.
And I'm getting upset.
Are you really?
No.
I'm just playing around. So, what is it? Okay, so you've been at LA Comedy Club, you've been at Artifice, you've been at all the.
Oh, no.
What is it that's next for you in your comedy career? Don't worry if you're gonna get to a message.
No, I don't.
Can look at my hair.
I wrote down. I mean, it's gonna look bad no matter what. So, but I wrote down. You know, sometimes I feel like I rag on people.
Yeah.
And it comes off like I do it too much.
No.
And then people are like, "Oh, this guy's an actual dick." But I also feel like I can get away with it because, I don't know. I have disability. I don't know. Let's see. I'm at the Goat. I'm at Artifice, and I'm at Rick's Rolling Smoke.
Yay! So tell me, you're
Here,
at.
You want to see something?
What dates
I gotta post this. Let me.
We got to find out if you're in Vegas, you got to see him. He's very funny.
Uh, so that's where I'm at. I'll post that.
Oh,
But that's a poster I just had made with like for it. So I got
I
the
love
goat,
it.
Noreen. Yeah.
Here, let me just show that.
You could show it on.
I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
it
I don't think they're gonna be able to see.
He's gonna post it, you guys. It says he's gonna be at the Goat Lounge. That's in West Vegas, September 9th. Noreen, September 12th. 9 September 29th. Rick's Rollin' Smoke on Vegas Boulevard, and the Artifice November 23rd. He's got things coming up. He's so good. You got to get out and support him. Where can people follow you on the internet?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And just look up Justin Tietjen. I have a website too.
Tietjen.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Got it.
I don't think I have a brain injury.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's those 2 bananas at a time. So,
I bet you if you ate more bananas,
yeah,
you'd get healed.
You think so? That's the deal. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try 3. See what happens.
Okay.
So, what's the name of your website, Justin?
JustinTietjen.com.
See? Keep it simple. Just like his comedy.
Do you know how to spell my last name? It's not simple. You do, because I'm a guest on your show. But people don't know how to spell. I thought about doing Tietjen comedy.
Is that Norwegian?
Yeah, you're the first person to get that right. So for the longest time, my mom thought it was Dutch, and then Justin Tietjen, who I'm friends with, asked me, and it was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Dutch." And he goes, "Oh, mine's Norwegian." And I told my mom, and she's like, it sounded Dutch. So I just figured it was Dutch. And so now I'm like, oh, well, it's Norwegian now. Which is cool because it rhymes with Tietjen.
Yeah.
Tietjen is Norwegian.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should open with that. You'll sound like a baby boomer.
Yeah, that's why I don't want. That's why I'm not gonna open it with that.
Oh my gosh, that's something that people would expect an old lady to do.
Have you done that?
Oh my God. When I first started comedy, it was all wordplay and puns.
I would have hated you very much.
It was awful.
I mean, yeah.
Awful. Yeah. So what is it you want to do with the rest of your life, on stage and off stage? Besides buy more than 2 bananas at a time, because you're a better person than me. You've got a better disability than me. We know this.
What do I want to do on stage?
And off. Like in your comedy life, what do you want to accomplish? And in the real world, outside of comedy, what is it that you want to accomplish for the world? Like you said that you care about the environment, so I know that.
Oh yeah. I don't really like push that on other people. I'm not really like an advocate because I know I've had a Jehovah's Witness come up to me and be like, "Hey, this is what you should believe in," and I'm like, "Oh, go far." Like I hate God more when you do that. Stop doing that. Okay, so I know if I go up to people and be like, you should really not use plastics, they're gonna be like, we're not friends anymore because you keep pushing this stuff on me.
Do you know you just admitted that there's a God and you're an atheist?
There's a very weird thing about me being an atheist. Like I'm an atheist, but I feel like I've had a very blessed life.
That's wonderful. How did atheism creep up on you?
It did. Like I said, what God would create me. I'm broken, So
yeah,
that's where that came from. when I was a kid, my mom took me to like various. She took me to like temple. She took me to church, and I just thought it was the stupidest thing ever. I was like, this is the weekend. Why am I doing work? You know,
Which temple? Muslim?
Jewish.
Jewish.
Um,
Do you have a little bit of Jewishness in you?
no, my best friend's Jewish. My other friend is Muslim, so he does like mass, right? Is that what
Mosque.
Mosque. Yeah, like I feel like atheism is in the now. And like if you believe in God, you're worried about what's gonna happen to you after you die. And it's like, to me, it's like, why do you care? But I'm not gonna go around and be like, hey, don't do that. Don't believe in this, and make fun of him for believing in God. I really don't care. Just don't project your shit on me.
Thank you.
And then people go, well, what if you're wrong? Good. Okay. I don't care. Then you guys can shut the fuck up.
I don't like living by fear. It's not going to motivate. That's not a good selling point, fear.
No. Why?
Doesn't work for me.
So, what do I want to do on stage? I want to continue being funny.
You plan on getting funnier?
I mean, I hope so. I would like to headline the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be there the first time you headline. If the mask thing is, I don't feel safe right now.
Well, if you remember.
Yeah, only if I remember. Send me an invite, and if the world is over this whole mask thing, I'll go out. Or I
do
can
this mask thing. Oh, another thing that I've thought about doing. So we going back to the parking thing, like someone yelling at me, why are you parking there? I wanted someone to be like complaining about why should we wear a mask? They give their spiel, and I'm like, hey, is your lung capacity at 40%? No, you okay? Well, you can't say anything then, because I wear a mask, no problem. So, my lung capacity is at 40%. Doesn't bother me. Stop being a pussy.
People need to wear their mask and wear it the right way just to protect themselves and others.
But I'm also for like everyone doing what they want to do.
That's true.
Like
we have to.
Yeah, if you don't want to do this, that's cool. Stay,
away.
Distance.
Don't cough towards me, please. Have you seen people that refuse to cover their mouth and don't wear a mask and cough?
No, I haven't seen that.
I have. No fun. What's the one joke? This is my last question. And then you get to do the sign off by saying anything you want to people to encourage them in life, in comedy, whatever.
Oh, I'm not good at doing that.
Okay, cool. Well, then this is my last question. What's with two bananas? No. I forgot my question is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense that you forgot. Yeah. I would have guessed.
I have that fake
Yeah.
disability where I forget things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have a last question.
You don't have a lot. I really want to know that question now.
It's the.
What's the last thing I would say to people?
Yeah.
No, I want you to forget it. I want you to forget it.
I want you to please forgive me. I have a brain injury. It's a fake disability.
Okay,
I get it. It's not like yours. So.
No, I'm a very important person. So you gotta hurt.
Okay, just one last thing. Everybody has a joke that barely gets any laughs, but they refuse to give the joke up. See what I mean? Everybody has one. What's yours?
All right, there's a joke that I do.
It cracks me up.
About it got a really good reaction the first time, and then I kind of think I get people on board the more I talk about it. It's about how I can't get convicted of assault because of my disability.
Explain. Let's hear this.
Well, it's very hard to explain this joke without using that one word that everyone
Yes.
isn't gonna.
The one that has to do with the whistle.
Yeah.
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 I get it.
Great.
Doesn't
So-
bother me. I have those kind of jokes.
And I love using the word rape. For some reason, I'm not for it. I know it's the worst thing on the planet.
Yep.
No one should ever do it.
Exactly.
But there's something about that word where I love it.
Yes.
Saying assault is too long,
Yes.
you know?
It's 2 syllables. It's twice as long.
And so, I started out by saying I focus on the positive about my disability, right? So like the first thing I say, like when God was creating me, someone was like, yo, just see he's too good. Like he's good looking, like he's gonna get all the pussy, and stuff like that. And then I go on to that and I go, I focus like on how I can get away with rape, because of my disability. And so I like it because it's a negative, and so you pull back. And then I go because of my disability, and you're like, okay, I get it. Like there's no way that would happen.
Yes.
Because I can barely get up.
Yes.
So there's no way I'm gonna get clothes off or anything, move a dead body, not a dead body, but an unconscious body.
Yes.
But-
Get somebody unwilling to do what you want them to
Right.
do.
And so I have to figure that out. And I later one thing I say is like, if I did it, I would do it through you. I'd be like, all right, can you tie yourself? Like I would walk you through how I would do it, but like you would have to do it to yourself.
So that's like giving consent. So then that nullifies rape.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
I said the R word.
So
Wow.
that's the one that
Have you heard my rape joke?
have you told it? Do you remember telling it?
Yeah, I do. I remember where too.
No.
So Delilah gave me the joke. She helped me do a 5-minute dirty set. And I talk about being in the military.
Were you in the military?
I was in the Army.
Oh, thank you for your service.
Thanks for caring. He prefers talking about me being a veteran to have a brain injury and 2 bananas. So I went in the military.
Every time I have a good time, you bring up bananas. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I can be friends with you.
I'm sorry.
No,
If
you're
I
not.
say Chiquita, would that be better?
I have no idea. What's Chiquita?
I love millennials. We can pull the wool over their eyes so easily with the Chiquita brand banana sticker. It used to be a thing in the 50s.
Yeah.
Evidently, I'm out of touch.
Oh, you mean the thing when I wasn't alive? You expect me to know what that is?
Exactly. How are you going to be woke if you don't know shit I know?
I'm awake right now. You got me up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
This was
To do
my
this
idea.
interview.
Come on, my huge patio.
Yeah. And talk about your 2 bananas
Everything's limited with
and
her.
how you're a fake candy.
Want to hear my rape joke? So I was in the Army. And
That's fun.
so
Okay.
fucked up.
I wish someone was walking right by as you said that. Hey, you want to hear my rape joke?
Old ladies can get away with a lot. So I went in the military and everybody asked me the same question when I was.
That sounds like a gangbang, not a rape joke.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's an intro to a gangbang joke, not a rape.
Yeah, and the twist is it's about a rape. So
Okay.
you're thinking I'm going with gangbang. Fooled you, it's a rape joke. So people would always ask me, Linda, you're going in the military. What about all the rapes? And I got to tell you, I was in 3 long years, Justin. I didn't rape all that many men. That's a Delilah joke. She loves it.
I can tell. Yeah, I can totally tell. Delilah worked on your joke.
I got tags for it. I can tag it all night long.
Well, then you should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So that's kind of sort of all there is to doing an interview. But you don't like the sign off part where you get to say whatever you want, which
Not-
is like awkward for
I'm
me.
very bad at like stuff like that. Like I did a show for the Special Olympics, like a benefit.
You did?
Yeah,
Tell
And-
me when.
it was in Phoenix like
Somebody
5 years ago. Yeah, because I didn't know you.
I'm so unwoke.
And I was just like, that's it, bye. And so I wasn't a good host at all.
Wow.
So I don't like being a host.
Really?
I don't have the energy for a host. You know what? When people get excited,
Yeah.
I stay calm
Wow.
because I want to give off the impression of like, you're fucking stupid for laughing at that and getting excited.
Wow. I'm so the opposite. Like
I
I'm a
can
morning
tell.
person, and like some people accuse me of laughing at jokes that aren't funny, but because of my brain injury, when you start me laughing, I can't stop. As I'll laugh at everything that follows. Like even, and then it just becomes funny that everything's funny to me. Like, I'm like doing what I'm not supposed to do, then that's funny.
Yeah. We should start a podcast
Want to?
called Opposites Attract.
Yes. Yes. We should go on the road.
Yes, it would be. We should go to AGTV. It'd be a phenomenal
Yes.
thing to do.
Do you aspire to go on to America's
I've thought, I've messed around with the idea because I have this story,
Mhm.
but
That's just my comedy set falling off the wall again. My comedy's off the wall.
yeah, but I know that if I went on there and I got booked, they'd be like, "We want you to do that set," and I would hate that because it would, people that would come out would probably want me to be clean.
It's so funny the way you said that. Probably want me to be clean. You know what
Yeah,
a
and-
bother that is.
And people,
Yeah.
like that's, in a way, that's how Drew Lynch is. I'm not bagging on Drew. I like Drew Lynch. He just came out with this special on YouTube called Concussed, I think, and I've been meaning to watch it. I think he's great. He's good at crowd work. But his main image is what was on what you saw on AGTV. Right? I don't know if he wants to do something different or not. But I don't know. When that's your first impression, it's hard to expand and go from like clean to dirty, and people be like, "Oh, I still like you."
Yes. Yes. That's true.
So
Very important that, like, when you go on AGT, whatever they're trying to craft, you have to do what they're telling you need to do. They have an image, and that's what they want. And that might not be what you want to do with your career.
yeah, like I know if I go on AGT, like I would totally milk the shit out of my disability.
Totally, me too.
Like in the beginning, I would, like, yeah, in the beginning, I didn't want to because they would totally turn it into like a sappy story.
Yeah.
But I would be like, all right, like, I'll go in a wheelchair and just mess with people. Like, I'll be in a wheelchair and then I'll just stand up. Oh, it's a miracle.
If I went on, I would be like, I would go to Heidi and say, "Oh, Simon, you look so handsome tonight," and then I go over to to Simon and say, "Oh my gosh."
You just said Simon twice. You mean Howie?
I don't know. I would mix up their names.
Oh, you
On purpose.
okay. I'm sorry. Then I fucked that.
That's okay. I tried to scoot over the part where I made a mistake, but it didn't work.
Oh, because I interrupted. Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
Jesus, calm down.
I'm gonna go buy 2 bananas and bring them to your apartment. I promise from now on, I'll never use a partially filled bag because of this interview. But I will continue to buy 2 bananas.
Well, my biggest thing is when people bag milk.
Yeah, it's stupid because it has a handle.
Yes.
Yeah, and water.
What?
Big
Oh,
big
yeah.
bottles of
Okay,
water.
big bottle. Okay.
Yeah, they have handles. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I go places and they charge me, I don't know if it's because I'm Jewish or what, but when they want to charge
What
me
would that have to do anything?
we're supposed to be cheap.
Yeah,
So-
no, I get that, but why would that? Where do you think they're like, oh, she's Jewish, let's charge her more? I can
No.
sense the Jewish coming off of her.
So when they want to charge me what they charge everybody else, oh, I got a problem with that. I don't care if you're charging you what extra for something you're supposed to provide to the community. I should be able to walk into Target as a non-Jew and ask
Thank
for
you
a
for
fruit
sticking up for us. I appreciate it.
bag. It's a service. Those bags, pandemic, no pandemic. And by the way, you should
Wait, what
always have
bag?
toilet paper for
Oh.
your customers.
Well, you got it.
If I go to your bathroom and you don't have toilet paper
Oh no, I have a ton.
at Target, what's with no toilet paper? Then I have to waddle back out with my pants on the ground and grab paper towels. They're not absorbent.
Okay, well the way you explained that was like it's your fault you added toilet paper.
Okay.
Because if you had toilet paper, you might have to waddle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, there's a company called like Who Gives a Crap, and you order like a big thing of 50, and they just bring it to your step.
Really?
Yeah.
So like I can type in on this device who gives a crap and a website will come up and they give a crap?
Yeah.
And they'll bring me stuff. It's better than Amazon?
Oh, I don't know. I don't like Amazon, so I try not to use Amazon.
Because it's so big. And it's
That
not
and
really-
I've had issues that I brought up to them, and they were like, "Oh, we'll get it fixed," and no one ever fixed it. So I was like, "All right, well, Jeff, you can go fuck yourself. Go shoot up into space in a penis-shaped rocket, which is a rocket.
Yes,
All rockets look like this."
yes. For a reason.
Yeah, and also, after a while, I was just like, "Oh, I can just go to this store and support it instead of going through Amazon and only halfway supporting it."
Yeah.
So that's how it started with me, like not wanting to use Amazon.
I like that. I don't know the first thing about Jeff Bezos, but I do know, I remember, you might not because you're younger. Not saying you're not woke, but this might have happened before you were born. I don't like to Google. I get dizzy looking at my devices. So, driving and other things, I just am dizzy. So, do you recall that Lance Bass wanted to go to the moon? Do you remember when Lance Bass from NSYNC wanted to
I
go
don't
to-
know, maybe.
He did. He wanted to go to the moon.
And
And I-
why didn't you go?
Well, I don't know. I kind of blame it on
Hey,
the
what
fact that
happened
he
to
was
your
with
toe?
What?
Isn't it broken?
my foot that I broke.
You broke it. My toenail looks the same.
Oh, yeah. It wants to go in. A couple months ago, I broke my foot here, but my toe, if I let my toenail grow, it goes into my foot. Hi.
You dropped something on? What did you drop on?
No, I just think that my toenail is out to get me.
Okay.
It's the only weird toenail. See how all my toes go different ways?
Yeah.
It's because I broke them all.
Yeah.
Falling and tripping.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So,
It's also why you should wear clothes, toe shoes.
yeah. Except for right now, I can't because of the broken foot.
I'm kidding.
It's okay. I just have a brain injury. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So,
you're gonna blame it on your brain
why
injury?
not?
Yeah,
Let's get you out of trouble.
I have an accent.
Yes. You have an accent?
Well, I mean my speech impediment. And then my friend Jay was like, you should, whenever something happens, you should be, oh, it's because I have an accent. And I think that's hilarious.
You,
Obviously, you don't, so it's bad.
I didn't
I'm
get
not
the
gonna listen to
connection.
Jay.
Jay
he
Hollingsworth, you took his advice? I'm just kidding, Jay.
said-
Over mine, I would think
Oh,
that
that's
my
great.
opinion, I've been around the planet longer. I should know. I should be the
That's-
litmus.
No, I love it. He gives me so much shit.
He does. He's like the
You weren't
ultimate
there.
roaster. No, but he gives everybody shit. A lot of shit. He's funny. I like him. I wanted to babysit his dog when he's on the road.
Yeah, that's my job.
Oh, you do it? You're the reason that I don't get that dog?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Now I found out.
Well, you're gonna forget where he is.
That's true. And I'll probably forget that I'm babysitting a dog, and then that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't knock me. He can knock me down. Like he can overpower me if he wants. I'm sure he can. So
That would be a good podcast if opposites attract. Big J Irish and
Big J. Okay.
But I don't know where to go with it either.
No. Oh, all right.
So let's just stop talking. You guys got any questions? Let's see if anybody cares. Usually my people come and look at this after the fact. And then
Well,
they share it.
It's 9 o'clock on a Sunday. Well, it's 10 now.
Yeah, 10:13. I got to go do that milk. Leah Mendez is watching.
Oh, thank you, Leah.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Leah.
No, she just liked the post.
We
That
don't know
doesn't
that
mean she's watching.
Wait, some other people are doing stuff on there. He took my phone.
Let's watch it.
No, because that'll cause interference.
See, it doesn't say there are no comments.
No comment. There was on one.
I feel bad because I'm basically proving to you how unpopular it is.
Brian, Elaine,
Yeah, but
Darrell, and Leah all were looking at it. So they didn't have jack shit to say, but that's okay.
okay.
We left them speechless. We did our job. No heckling.
Well, we had the cats. We had people come out. You said hi to a couple people, and so they had to talk back. So that's kind of heckling.
And we covered rape really well. He avoided the word,
Yes,
and I went straight for it.
We covered rape.
Yes. Yes. We shouldn't end on rape.
Okay,
Okay, what are we gonna end on?
we'll just end it now because you said rape like 5 times.
What is it with me and rape? He said gangbang. Let's end on the word gangbang.
Now I'm gonna think of that every time you say that joke.
Oh my gosh. So I want to end on something about being Jewish. We'll end on something not about rape. So when I go, I get sick and tired of people assuming things because I'm old.
Like you want to save money.
Yeah. Like I get sick and tired of people looking at me going, oh, you're old, so you're racist. I hate that. I hate it when people find out I'm Jewish and they assume I'm cheap, right?
Oh, you don't? Okay.
So I go to a garage sale and I assume my whole life I was told I look Jewish, right? I'm only half Jewish. Give me a break. And so I assume you can.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, but people like my whole life I was brainwashed that everybody knows I'm Jewish, right? And so I go to a garage sale and I have it programmed in me. They're going to know you're Jewish.
Yeah.
They don't know it, but I don't know that they don't know that I'm Jewish. So I go in there like on the blind and I go to a garage sale and they're selling a coat for $20. And I go, that's really nice, but I have to pay $25. And they say, why? And I go, you can't tell I'm Jewish. I have to pay extra. I'm trying to make up for years of your stereotyping me. I'm going to pay extra. I insist.
But I feel like with the Holocaust,
Yeah.
like that makes up for your stereotype.
So
right?
So in that way, the Holocaust is a good thing.
Just end on that. Jesus.
We were talking about jokes that don't work. I got on
like the one you just did right now.
Yeah, like they got a real. I think it's funny when people go like this after I tell a joke. They go. To me, that cracks me up. I'm sick. So.
I mean, we all heard, yeah.
So my favorite thing to say, and it never works. Please help me with this. Is I say, I know this only thing I want is a little help. Is I say, hey guys, I've got really good news for you. And they're like, all right, well, hurry up and say it, old lady. And I go, my parents survived the Holocaust. Isn't that amazing? They did. My parents survived. And then they'll just get all quiet and their sphincters all tighten up at the same time. And then I go, but the better news is my parents survived the Holocaust that did exist, not that fake one. Who would want to survive a fake, my parents are gangsters? I don't know how to make it funnier.
There needs to
Or
be a
funny.
twist.
Where's the twist?
I don't
Isn't the
know.
twi-
What didn't they survive? You say Holocaust twice. You should only say Holocaust. Well,
That's true.
I shouldn't say you should. I'm suggesting that. What I would think is I would only say they didn't survive the Holocaust, but they died in 9/11 or something. I don't know. Like, just say the Holocaust once,
Mhm.
you know, which is kind of like a good thing. They survived the Holocaust. But then,
How about my parents survived the Holocaust and they get quiet and go, but me, I cry when I get a paper cut.
no. I mean, I don't.
I don't know. I need your help.
Okay, I'll help you.
It makes me laugh because I'm sick and tired of people talking about there was no Holocaust.
Well, yeah, but you can't control that.
Well, yeah, I can.
By a
I can
joke.
control 2 bananas. No, okay. So I don't know what can I do? I know you guys don't think the Holocaust existed.
I never said that.
No. But people in the audience, there's a lot of people nowadays that don't think it existed because it was so long ago. I get it.
Why do you care?
My parents survived it.
Okay. What today? Will it give you some sort of gratitude or whatever to convince them? Because I mean, right now they're not convinced that the Holocaust is real, right? What would happen if you did convince them? Would you feel like you did a service? Would you feel better?
Yeah. I would like to be like, no, really, it did exist. My parents survived it.
'Cause, I mean,
Nothing I say is going to change their opinion. It's useless to even talk about it. But
That's
it's
how
part
I
of my life.
I get that. And I'm not saying don't talk about it or don't do this or don't do that. Like if someone was like, hey, if I was like, hey, I have a disability, and they go, no, you don't.
That's what happens when I say I have a brain injury. They look at me and they go, no, you don't.
Part of me is like, okay, I know I have a disability. I'm the only one that I can control the outcome to. You know, I can't control what they think.
How do I make the fact that my parents survived the Holocaust relatable to people? Do you think it's a useless premise? You can tell me that. If you think it's useless in this given day and age with what's going on, just drop it.
It's hard to get people to care. I know it's an important thing to you.
Yeah.
But you know, there's this TED talk about like how to be a good conversationalist. One thing that they say is stay out of the weeds, like don't go into detail. In a way that is little details for me. I know it's not for you, but
Right.
for me, in a way, it's sort of little details that don't matter. I care about you.
Right.
I understand your parents survived the Holocaust, but why does that matter when I care about you? I understand what was in your past, but I mean that's not now. Am I
Totally get it. It's about the past. It's about a long time ago.
and
I really just tell that it's that joke that never works that I hate giving up because it makes me giggle. It's like if I can find a way to take the fact that there's a Holocaust and then there's a Holocaust that did not exist, but my family, my parents, they survived the real one, not that fake one.
Yeah.
I find it funny, but nobody else finds it funny. What's wrong with me that I find? And then we'll end.
No, nothing, John. Well, I was gonna say, how about we keep talking about this, but end it because I don't think anyone cares about this.
No, but you guys don't care about this. Now watch them all write and say they do care.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna get tons of
They're
letters.
probably gonna be like, that guy Justin, he sucked. Don't ever put him on.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Justin Tietjen. Get out and see him. He's going to be at the Artifice He's gonna be at
in Orleans on the 12th. I'm gonna be at the Goat on the 9th.
9th, the Goat Lounge, the 12th
Yeah,
at
and
Noreen's
that's all I like
Lounge,
to memorize.
and Artifice in November 23rd, I think he said.
Yeah.
I saw 23. Cool. And there was one other, right?
Rick's Rolling Smoke, but I forget when that is.
Just look for it because he'll have it on his thing, and so will Steve McAnally. Thanks, guys. Thanks for going along on this bumpy ride on my tiny patio that's just like Justin's patio. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everyone.
He's so beyond bored. Bye.